Hi, welcome back to our beginning Linux series, the Getting to Know Linux. We're going to go over and grab VirtualBox, and this is for anyone who's running Mac OS, Windows, or Linux. We'll be using VirtualBox a whole lot inside of Linux, as we will be using Linux as our host OS and then VirtualBox to host our guests. First thing we do is go to www.virtualbox.org. So that's www.virtualbox.org. When we go to that website, you'll see this big download VirtualBox 6.0. Now, many of you are thinking, hey, we can just apt-get VirtualBox. So we can actually pop into like a Linux terminal and type apt-get install and just VirtualBox and kind of just walk through that process like that. There are a lot of choices for that. You can just do it straight from this right here. Well, we're not going to do that. There's also, if you want to skip the apt-get, you can do apt install, and that works too. We're not going to get VirtualBox from the package manager or the installer there inside of Linux Mint or inside of our Linux distro. We're going to download it from the website, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One is the performance and the stability of the image that we download from the website. But we're going to go ahead and grab download VirtualBox. There are two things you need to get. You need to pay attention to this. Two things you need to download. One is VirtualBox, which would be a deb file for us. Now, of course, if you're running a different version of Linux, maybe an RPM. But for us, it's going to be a .deb file. It's a Debian package manager file. And we need to get the VirtualBox extensions. So one will be VirtualBox.deb, and the other is going to be Oracle VirtualBox extensions. So let's go ahead and click this download right there. When we click the download, you'll see a bunch of little things. We'll see VirtualBox 604 platform packages, and we have this OS 10, Windows, and Linux distributions, or even a Solaris hosts out there. We're going to click on the Linux distros, and which, by the way, on that page is the other download we need. But let's go ahead and go back over here. And for us, we're using Mint 19.1, so we're going to go ahead and choose that one right there. So it's going to say, hey, do you want to download that? Oh, you can actually open this if you want to. Go ahead and choose open like that. And it will open up your installer, and it will say, hey, do you want to install it? Now, I've already got it installed, so it's just going to tell me, hey, this is already installed. Let's go back. And so I hit the back arrow there in the browser, and I'm going down to VirtualBox 604 VirtualBox extension pack. Go ahead and click that thing. And since I have VirtualBox installed, it says, hey, would you like to open this with VirtualBox? If you don't have VirtualBox installed, then just go ahead and save that file, and we'll install it later. So that's all there is to it right there. Your package installer will pop up, and it'll say, hey, do you want to install this? You can go through and install the package right there. And you say, yes, install. It'll run through and install VirtualBox for you. It'll install any dependencies that it needs. You will need to type your password, most likely, to get the install done. After the install is done, that's when we start up VirtualBox. And from VirtualBox, we'll go through and add the extension pack. So the extension pack is installed after you install VirtualBox. All right, hope that helps out, and look forward to talking to you in the next video. Hi, welcome back to our Getting to Know Linux series here. We're going to look at VirtualBox. So I've already installed VirtualBox, so I went to virtualbox.org and downloaded VirtualBox for my operating system, which is Linux. I'm using Linux Mint, so I got the deb file, and I also got the VirtualBox extensions. So now that I've installed that, I went ahead and did a quick search for it and drug it over to my little favorites here. And so I've got VirtualBox right there. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And VirtualBox will pop right up here. Let me bring it over and make sure we can see everything. Okay, first thing I do with VirtualBox is I make a few changes here. So we go File, Preferences, and we have VirtualBox VMs. I don't want a space in there, and there's really no reason to have VirtualBox VMs there. Just VirtualBox is fine. So I've got my path there, home p potet VirtualBox. Next, input, no change, update. I don't want it telling me that there's an update every day, so I'm going to turn that off. The language, no change there. Display, I'm not going to change anything inside the display. The network, we'll add networks actually a little later, where we're isolating virtual machines from each other and from the network. We'll look at that later. The only other thing, other than general, that you need to change is extensions. And so in extensions, you want to add an extension here. It's already at my downloads folder where I downloaded the extension pack. I'm going to choose open. It'll say, hey, do you want to install this? I'm going to say yes. Go ahead. You have to scroll down in order to accept the agreement. Whatever that agreement might say. Then we need to log in over here and tell us okay to install the extensions there. So there we go. It says Oracle VM VirtualBox extension pack was successfully installed. So okay and okay. That's installing VirtualBox. It's very straightforward. No complications that we encountered there. When you install VirtualBox itself into Linux, it may say it needs some dependencies. Say, yeah, go ahead, install those dependencies. Everything should work out without an issue. And this is, once again, this is the downloaded VirtualBox from virtualbox.org. This is not the one from the repository. So this is virtualbox.org. Download it straight from there and install it. And this, at this point in time, this is VirtualBox, I want to say 6. Yeah, this is VirtualBox 6.0. Hope that this helps. And as we move on, we'll be building some machines in here and starting up some other machines. Have a great day.